First things first, we need an opening theme.
An opening theme?
An opening theme.
That's a nice shirt.
It is a nice shirt I've got here. Thanks for noticing. This shirt came in my Geek Fuel box. Hashtag not sponsored. Would like to be.
But hashtag Geek Fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Optimus Prime t-shirt for the upcoming Transformers movie, I'm assuming. Where Mark Wahlberg fights more robots. Yeah, hashtag protect. That's what it says on it. Right there. Right there.
Except Optimus Prime is not going to look anything like that. In
in
the new Transformers movie.
Let's talk about Transformers. First, I'm Mr. Nicholasify.
What's up, guys? It's Big Cox.
And joining us today, for the first time, maybe last time, who knows, is...
Timuel L Jackson.
Timuel L Jackson. Let's talk Transformers for like a minute before we get into Suicide Squad. Because now that everyone's already seen Suicide Squad, it's been about 2 weeks, we don't got to worry about spoilers.
Right. Which makes everything easier.
Yeah. Tim, what'd you think about the last Transformers movie? Mark Wahlberg, a big gun sword?
Liked it better than Dark of the Moon.
It was better than Dark of the Moon, because she didn't have Shia LaBeouf saying no constantly.
It's still a piece of crap, but it was better than Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
They wasted the Dinobots.
Yep. And Optimus Prime was like a dictator.
Yeah.
He threatened to murder all of them if they didn't help him.
That didn't make sense either. He's like, they're the only ones strong enough to help us. I'm going to go threaten to murder all of them. Why didn't he just solve the problem to begin with? So Mark Wahlberg is still the lead in Transformers. I don't know.
And the new one?
He's still in it?
Yeah. They're currently filming.
I didn't know.
They released a poster for it.
Part of it.
What's the poster?
The poster is just Optimus. It's like a cartoony looking poster. It's just Optimus Prime. It's like style. It kind of looks like the Star Trek Beyond poster, like the really colorful one that came out.
I didn't see that movie.
You've seen posters.
Yeah, I didn't see that movie.
Anyways, that's what it looked like.
See, so this movie's
It
already
was like a stylized.
I think
this
it's
movie's
going to be
already not going where I wanted to go. I thought they were going to spend... I mean, maybe they will spend a lot more time, like, on Cybertron, but that's...
They're never going to do a movie that's all on Cybertron.
That's what the prequel video
this
game
one should be.
If Marvel is too scared to make a movie that's
all about Planet Hulk.
all about Planet Hulk, then
World War Hulk.
Paramount's not going to make a movie that's all on Cybertron.
Hey, man, Paramount's got to be its own man. I don't understand. We left the fourth Transformers movie with Optimus leaving Earth, and I understand that Galvatron's still on Earth and everything, so there's bad guys for him to come back to.
Maybe Optimus Prime isn't in this one. Maybe it's all about Mark Wahlberg.
This one is
Transformers.
Optimus, a satellite crash lands, and the government goes to it, and then really beat up Optimus Prime climbs out, and he goes like, "You have to," and he like collapses
and dies.
And then it goes to the opening credits. Yeah. And it's all about Unicron coming from. He tried to rebuild Cybertron on himself.
Oh my god.
so it's the whole planet invading now.
So if Optimus Prime dies in that moment, we're screwed.
He heard Mark Wahlberg was just chilling out on Earth, so he decided he's got to go destroy Earth.
I wonder if Mark Wahlberg still has that gun sword. The one he used to just break everything. Yeah, the government was taking Transformers too. He had a couple of those. You excited for Transformers?
Yeah, just because I grew up with the original Transformers, but I grew up watching Beast Wars, which was Transformers spinoff.
I'm excited for the trailer.
I grew up with that kind of stuff, so.
Because the trailers are always nice to watch.
And the movie does not live up.
It's sort of been like the theme of the entire year, at least for
speaking of movies that didn't live up to their trailer, let's talk about Suicide Squad. The first trailer had a major scene of Joker at the end of it, and then every trailer after that was constant clips of the Joker, which were not.
They have a whole trailer that starts off. It starts off with the Joker laughing, and then halfway through the trailer, Will Smith says, "Oh, we got trouble," and then
the Joker's standing there with a grenade.
You hear a lot of people went into the movie thinking that Joker was going to be like a villain in the movie. Mm-hmm. Because
they were all villains in the movie.
The trailers actually didn't show anything about Enchantress at all.
No. She was just in a couple scenes. Didn't. And so then the scenes of Enchantress that were in the trailer also got cut.
But they did drop they dropped like little character TV spots. So the most I saw of Enchantress was just like one of those character spots that they dropped for Enchantress.
You could say that maybe they were trying to like hide everything so people wouldn't complain that they showed the whole movie in the trailers, like Batman vs Superman. Yeah. But it could be that they realized pretty late on that plot is kind of lame, so they didn't show any of it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I still kind of feel like they showed a decent amount. I think everybody before they went to the theaters, they kind of knew that Enchantress was going to be the villain.
I think they showed a lot of the plot of a different movie.
Which is highly possible.
I thought the villain, a few months before the movie came out, I thought the villain was supposed to be Tattoo Man.
Yeah, I thought Common was going to be Tattoo Man.
I thought Enchantress was just on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Common just gets killed in his one scene.
And then I thought maybe the villain, it was Tattoo Man and Enchantress's brother that were the villains. But then it just ended up being Enchantress, and her brother was just kind of a henchman.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't really do much for himself. Let's talk about what worked in the movie.
Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith being Will Smith is always fun to watch.
I mean, I think one of the biggest pluses in this movie was just the chemistry between all the different characters.
I don't even know if Harley Quinn actually worked for me because it was she had good one-liners, but there wasn't enough of backstory. There wasn't enough of the scenes with her and Joker for me to form a real opinion of her as a person.
There were too many scenes of her and the Joker, but they weren't the right ones. It was too much backstory, but it didn't give us any information.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. They said they filmed enough to make a whole movie.
A lot of people were confused with the scene where Harley jumped into the tank of chemicals.
Yeah.
People didn't read the comics, didn't know what it was why.
Yeah.
why they were in chemicals. Joker
didn't
say, here's where I fell and became the Joker.
Right.
something like that.
That's not something the Joker would say to his therapist. She knows his backstory, presumably.
Okay, during that whole montage when Amanda Waller was talking about, she met the Joker as his therapist or whatever, she could have said, the Joker fell into the chemicals and became a psycho.
That'd be dumb.
Any dumber than anything else.
I mean, the movie in general is kind of dumb. It didn't work. But I mean, the Joker stuff was pretty good. It was the wrong stuff.
Who was your least favorite member of the team?
Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Hear that weird scuttle into the water?
Yeah,
he was really small.
He was just a joke, and he was super small. Like when he took off that hoodie, I was like, put the hoodie back on.
Right?
You're a lot more intimidating with that on.
He was intimidating when he was in his cell, in the cage in the beginning. As soon as he came out of there, he wasn't.
They cut a scene from the movie where Killer Croc throws up a goat.
Yeah, he throws up a bit of goat and then continues
he starts eating it again.
And they cut it from the movie.
Looking at him like, oh god.
That seems like
it would have been at least
good scene.
It would have been funny, gross,
more like Killer Croc.
Yeah.
He's
would have told you more about him. That he's actually going around eating everything, and he's like almost a monster.
Apparently, he's not a monster in this universe. He's just a guy with a skin condition, and Batman kicked him out of Gotham for being ugly, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like he grew up with an ugly skin condition, and people treated him like he was a weirdo, and they started committing
That's how it was.
Batman just kicked him out.
He's probably eating people too.
I have a comic where Batman's hunting him in the swamp, and I keep showing flashbacks to his childhood when he was being made fun of for his skin condition. So
it wasn't just a skin condition in the comics, though. It was like a mutation of some sort.
Yeah, he was like a mutant.
He was a monster.
They didn't say
he was like 7 foot.
I'm pretty sure they said he was kind of like a mutant.
Yeah. They probably said metahuman.
Yeah, they called them all metahumans.
Yeah.
Amanda Waller said she wanted to build a team of metahumans, and then half the team was just humans.
Yeah.
More like 3/4 of the team.
Technically,
they only had one metahuman on their team.
There are only 2 people with powers on the team, not including Enchantress, and that's just Diablo and.
That's probably my.
Oh, who's the other?
It's a tie between Deadshot and Diablo for me for my favorite character in the movie.
Diablo was great.
Diablo was not only the best character, but I'm pretty sure I called it on this podcast. He was going to steal the movie.
I don't know. It's been like 3 months.
I thought we were going to address that.
I heard some when you said that. I heard some crickets.
Hey man,
I don't remember what you said about Suicide Squad.
I called it from that second trailer.
I'm really glad he transformed at the end.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting that when he turned into a giant demon thing.
Well, that's what he does in the comics. In the comics, him and Enchantress both got their powers almost the exact same way.
That's why I didn't really know that much.
Creature.
Outside of a little bit about Deadshot and then Harley Quinn and Joker, I don't really know anything about the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, neither did I.
Well, one thing about Deadshot is they put his eyepiece on the wrong side of the mask.
Do you think Tom Hardy would have even worked as Rick Flag, or do you think Joel Kinnaman was actually better than Tom Hardy?
I think Tom Hardy would have worked because I think he's a better actor than Joel Kinnaman. And I don't think he would have let David Ayers cut his hair halfway through the movie. Tom Hardy just carries... I think he carries more weight to him, even though he's a smaller guy. Like, he brings more...
Well, it just doesn't make any situations. I feel like everyone would be confused to see Tom Hardy just as a military guy who's working for Amanda Waller.
Why?
Trying to lead the team or whatever. And
Rick Flag's pretty important in the comics.
Would you have bought? I mean, it was already kind of hard buying there. Like there wasn't really much backstory to the relationship between Rick Flag and Enchantress. So it's just kind of like, oh, they're in love. But like
Tom Hardy makes sense.
Her and Tom Hardy, I don't think would have had like.
He's handsome Bob.
There already wasn't really much chemistry to begin with, but I don't think Tom Hardy would have had much chemistry with Enchantress either.
I think he would have. They're similar heights.
I don't know if... I don't even know if they tried to have anybody have any chemistry.
Do you think the reason Tom Hardy turned the movie down was he read the script and thought it sucked?
No, he had initially signed on, and then he got contacted about doing The Revenant, and he was like, "Oh, that guy just won an Oscar for Best Director. I'm gonna go work."
Oh no! It wasn't The Revenant. It was it was Dunkirk.
No, he's not in Dunkirk.
Yes, he is.
Oh, if he's in Dunkirk, no, because he didn't do the movie because he wanted to work with the guy who made Birdman.
He's the main star of Dunkirk.
Is he?
Yeah, Harry Styles is actually just a bit character.
Oh my god,
everyone's just freaking out because it's the first movie. Like One Direction fans are obsessed with him, and I
didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah, it was really annoying. Well, the first trailer doesn't pay attention. It just shows shoulders and stuff like that. Yeah,
shoulders.
Yeah, 100% hate that trailer. By the way,
it's just all build up.
I almost called it a troller, and that's what it should be called. It should be called a troller because that trailer straight trolled. Anyway.
Everyone online says it was a masterpiece, and it's their most hyped movie of next year.
No, but Revenant...
Does it come out next year or is it this year?
Next year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But Revenant shot at the same time as Suicide Squad.
Okay. Revenant was really good. So I think Tom Hardy made a better choice.
Although, where'd that bear come from, Tim? It was the middle of winter. That bear should have been hibernating.
No, dude, I still haven't seen it.
It's about a bear who mauls a guy.
Whoa, Brandon, I thought you were watching all the Oscar movies.
I am, but I haven't found it for free yet. It's not on HBO yet.
There are ways you can find The Revenant.
I understand, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that.
Not that I would advocate
with movies.
But I'm not saying I can get it to you, but I might.
It's okay.
No, it'll be on HBO. Like it's either on Amazon Prime, Netflix, or HBO.
It's not on Netflix.
No, it's going to come on HBO.
Oh, you know what? I saw it on Netflix, but it was a different country's Netflix.
That's right, Denmark.
Yeah, it wasn't American Netflix.
Denmark Netflix has The Revenant.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's weird.
They have all kinds of movies and stuff. They have Better Call Saul and other AMC shows. They get the episodes like they have a new episode each week. Yeah.
Oh, they get their episodes like weekly instead of all at once?
Well, it's all new because they don't have the channel AMC.
Oh, yeah.
Our Netflix could actually do that. They just choose not to.
Well, they don't want to pay a bunch of money to AMC to do it.
Whatever, man.
I'm sure it's really expensive. And now all the channels in the U.S., they want to have their own services. So they don't want to give more stuff to Netflix.
Hey, Timuel. What'd you think of the Joker?
I don't know. There wasn't enough material for me to really judge him.
Right?
Great.
I mean, what I saw of him, he was a really good Joker.
See? I'm more like... I thought half his stuff was good and half his stuff was like, I don't really like Thug Joker. I kind of want more.
You didn't like Jack Nicholson's Joker?
No. I didn't.
What?
I didn't like Jack Nicholson.
You don't like the Golden Age Joker?
I like,
what? Bronze Age?
I like Mark Hamill Joker.
Mark Hamill Joker?
Yeah.
Well, he's more Silver Age type.
I guess
he does
Silver
all
Age.
the stuff with the weird gadgets and themes and things.
Yeah.
And he even had his own Christmas special on TV where he was going to kill people.
Yeah. That's the Joker I want.
But that Joker, that's like Cesar Romero Joker.
Yeah.
And that's not the Joker I want to see ever again.
I don't really like...
He painted his mustache white.
I don't like the tattoos and stuff, really.
I didn't think I would like them, but when he's walking around, it didn't really do anything.
Yeah, I didn't really...
And I really like his hand tattoo,
It didn't really faze me.
The hand tattoo is really good.
with the mouth.
Because that would make sense, because all of his teeth have been knocked out by Batman.
Yeah.
So that's why he has all the weird fake teeth things.
The grills.
And so that's why he has the tattoo on his hand.
Oh,
that's
here's the thing that doesn't make any sense at all.
What?
David Ayer in an interview said, well, Joker killed Robin, so Batman punched his teeth out. And then Joker felt like he was he had been deformed by Batman by having his teeth punched out, so he put all the tattoos on himself, including the damage tattoo, because he felt Batman destroyed him.
Those tattoos weren't self-inflicted.
In the movie, the flashback where he first meets Harley Quinn, he still has the tattoos in the girls.
And then in Harley Quinn's file, it hints that she's the one who killed Robin in this universe.
Well, it says she's an accomplice.
I think she beat him with that big hammer.
They said that in the movie?
Well, her file, it's in passing.
Okay, the way they edit the movie, it just shows freaking animated title cards that say random quick facts.
I didn't even know that.
One of them just said, accomplice to the murder of Robin.
They took those TV spots, just character info, and threw it in the movie instead of giving us actual exposition.
The final cut of the movie was edited by the people who did the trailers.
Yeah.
They gave them the movie and told them
they've never cut a movie before.
Because the trailers were so popular, they said, oh, well, this is what people are responding to. We need to make the movie more like the trailer.
Which doesn't make any sense. I think Jared Leto's going to kill himself.
I think not, because you know how I told you that
he's in the new Blade Runner.
Yeah, it's a Warner Brothers movie, so clearly he doesn't actually have that bad of blood with Warner Brothers.
I don't know. He's really mad about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
No, the interview that I watched, he was almost smiling as he was saying the things.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't seen the movie. He doesn't watch movies that he's in.
Look, it's not like he's gonna get another chance.
He doesn't know. Currently, he doesn't know when the Joker is going to be in another movie.
But he will be in another movie.
We don't know that.
Joker.
I think that's what he was talking about when he said, "Oh, I sure hope so," or else I guess he was sitting in a cave. He's probably talking about the Joker himself. He's like he's the Joker. He should be out doing things, don't you think?
Yeah. So I mean, if that's his only outing
I don't think that was
Joker,
him saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy and gonna live in a cave."
Well, there was one interview. He said they had filmed enough. Where
they can make
an entire Joker
from the stuff
movie
they already filmed with them. Yeah.
From just the stuff that they filmed for Suicide Squad. And he said, if I die, they'll probably roll something out. And he keeps saying that in different interviews. He said in 3 different interviews, if he dies anytime soon, they'll roll something out. He's like, you'll see all of it.
You want that solo Joker movie?
No, not at the cost.
I don't really want to see a solo Joker movie.
I do want a solo Joker movie, but not at the cost of Jared Leto's life.
I did not say that.
I just want to see the Joker be a villain in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
That's really it. And I like seeing him as a side character and stuff, like if he's like a nuisance to like the Justice League or something like that, or like if he's just kind of around and he has like comments about people, that kind of thing.
Tries to throw in some stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still of the mindset I'd have been perfectly fine if the Joker wasn't even in this movie.
I wouldn't have been.
Just the.
I don't know. I would
have been mad for Harley Quinn to be in the movie and not Joker.
Yeah. Although my favorite bit of the Joker is just the end scene where he breaks Harley out of prison. And he's got all the SWAT gear and his says Joker across the front. Because that's very comic book Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He just has all this custom stuff.
But it's like if we expected him to have a bigger role in the movie.
He did. They cut him out.
I know, but because he cut him out, what's the point of even
Harley
having
might have
that
been
much to
pregnant
begin
with
with
twins.
then?
What?
Harley might have been pregnant with twins at one point, and she had a miscarriage.
No.
Because Joker had baby outfits.
Jared Leto explained those. They
might have been fantasy. They had 2 kids.
Yeah, but it might have been a hint towards his origin in The Killing Joke, in which his pregnant wife dies.
Right.
But then Jared Leto said something about the Joker behaving like a serial killer and collecting mementos.
So they're trophies for people he killed?
He may have killed 2 babies.
No.
Or maybe kidnapped them and threw him a Batman.
Version of the Joker.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath, and I love it.
Man,
I think it's the craziest Joker we've seen. And I like this. He doesn't seem to be dependent on Batman.
He killed the baby so he could yell out, "Oh, baby!"
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I haven't seen enough to really have a judgment on him just yet.
I need to see more.
I'd
he needs
rather
to be in the
a main villain.
I'm going to be really disappointed if he's not announced as being in the solo Batman movie with Ben Affleck.
The solo Batman movie. Right now, the rumor is that it's entirely set in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, it's going to be like the Arkham Asylum movie.
Yeah, because they said it's going to have
really
a whole bunch of different villains.
Like, I'll actually be mad if that's not the plot now. If it doesn't take place in Arkham Asylum.
I want to see.
If it's just like if they just do like a Court of Owls movie or a Hush movie or something like that, I'll be disappointed.
I'd like to see a Hush
because now
movie.
I do want to see like a whole movie where like you get to see all of Batman's villains.
They should just do Mask of the Phantasm, live action.
That's still like the most popular Batman movie.
It's really good.
And the Dark Knight, but Mask of the Phantasm was really well reviewed.
Dark Knight's a bad Batman movie. I ranked them all on a previous episode.
Yeah.
Based on how much Batman is.
Oh yeah,
right now,
yeah.
Suicide Squad is the best Batman movie. Yeah, because he's the most Batman in that. He doesn't kill anybody. Doesn't shoot any guns. Well, he goes out of his way to save Harley Quinn.
Of the movies, ranking them as Batman movies, I like Batman Begins best, The Dark Knight second, and The Dark Knight Rises is a very distant third.
No, because he murders too many people in all those movies.
I don't care.
And Batman Begins,
I liked Ben Affleck.
He goes on a
Batman
big rant,
Superman and he kills a bunch of people.
He says, "I'm not going to kill this one criminal," and then he blows up a building with a ton of people in it. He saves one guy from that fire.
But okay, in the context of it being a movie, it never shows dead bodies, so it could have just been everyone running around with fire, and it's like, oh, it's a movie, so the fire isn't as dangerous as it is in real life. It just makes things fall apart.
That's stupid. That's like defending Batman killing people as it wasn't directly killing, he just set it in motion. So he's not fully responsible. He is responsible.
What? Who said that?
A lot of people have said that.
Probably, I'm pretty sure Zack Snyder said
that.
What do you mean you set killing in motion when you punch a guy into the ground?
They didn't say. See,
a lot of people. Zack Snyder said
what do you mean?
He tried to
set it in way. Like, no.
The only people
you stab a guy.
That you
that guy was alive when he stabbed him in the shoulder.
The only people that you can actually assume were killed by Batman were people who were in vehicles that exploded in the flames,
or the vehicle that he rammed through a trailer and then connected a cable to that had people inside of it in the scene before.
You gotta watch the movie to freeze frame it to see if that car has people in it.
It does. It was part of the chase, and then he hit it. It had 3 people in it.
All right. Well,
it had one person in the back.
We should do live commentary on the Ultimate Edition.
We'll do that next week.
I'd probably fall asleep in the middle
next
of it.
week. I'll bring my computer out here and we'll set up everything.
It's better than the theatrical cut, but it's like I just think it's a really boring movie. I haven't
seen it.
Yeah, it's still a lot of trash. But Batman he kills in every Batman movie except for Suicide Squad and the Adam West Batman movie. That's probably the most Batman Batman's ever been.
with 3 scenes of Batman, that's not really a fair comparison.
There's a new animated Batman movie coming out where it's
with Adam West and Burt. Oh, what's his name?
Bertie.
The guy who played Robin in the Adam West Batman show. They're doing the voice of Batman and Robin for the newest DC animated film. Which is weird because they just did the Killing Joke, which wasn't very good.
Yeah, they finished the Killing Joke and they said, can we do something lighter next?
I don't even think the Killing Joke was that dark.
It just wasn't.
It just wasn't done well. Good. The comic's really good, but it didn't translate well.
It felt so fragmented because you had that whole beginning told by Barbara. And it
was weird. Why make her the narrator?
How did you watch the Killing Joke, but you can't find Revenant anywhere?
Animated movies are different. Which was what I've seen Suicide Squad twice, and like I'm still in the mindset that I liked it, but I enjoyed it. I was more disappointed in it after I watched Assault on Arkham last week.
I think
it was really good.
As the movie it is, I think it's okay. It's just not the movie that I wanted.
Right.
Is why I don't like it. A lot of the reasons.
Yeah. I mean, they're just gonna release the movie we wanted later.
What they did, the plot.
Yeah, we'll just get another alternate.
With the stupid plot they went with, I think they did that stupid plot as good as they could have done that stupid plot.
I just don't think they did the characters as well as they could have done them.
Well, they could have just given them more to do, like Boomerang could have thrown more boomerangs.
Because I only think there was
3
some of
boomerangs in the whole movie. One was that camera boomerang, and as soon as it broke, he just threw his phone down. He was done.
Deadshot could have had a couple more scenes of him getting really setting up really cool shots instead of just
he had one trick shot. There was just one trick shot.
Trick shot except for in
that that backstory scene. Yeah, that's it. That was the only trick shot of the whole movie.
I think my favorite scene in the movie is when they had Deadshot do his tryout. And he thought he thought the gun was blanks and he fired it into the air and then he realized it was like live ammunition.
Yeah.
He was like,
y'all jokers must be crazy. No, when he was just firing hell down on all those demons.
On top of the car?
After that scene, I turned to Nick and I was like, the goat.
It was a good with him.
Yeah, I saw it with him the first time, but then I saw it.
Okay.
That Sunday after.
Yeah. We saw it, Thursday night?
Yeah.
And then he went back Sunday.
I didn't get to see it until the 11th.
Yeah.
So I went a whole week reading about how crappy the movie was before I got to see it.
You had correct expectations. When
yeah. I think that's why I enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, probably.
I enjoyed it when I saw it. This is all afterthought.
He turned on it.
Well, it's just like Batman vs. Superman. We had to see that a couple times before we started realizing
I saw it 4 times in theaters.
I saw it 3 times, and then I was like, I don't think I like it anymore.
I was like, this might not be good. And then I saw it a 4th time, and I was like, yeah, this movie's shit.
I only needed one.
Zack Snyder would say,
hey,
you got 3 or 4 views out of it. That's a lot of value.
It's got a lot of rewatch value.
No. I only needed one day to turn on Batman. One day, one viewing to turn on Batman vs. Superman. We saw it that night, and then I was at work, and I had downtime, and I was just thinking about the movie. And like after an hour of just thinking about it, I was like, man, this wasn't really that good at all. And I was just like, what even happened in the movie?
I was really just trying really hard to justify the movie to myself because it was because I was just really sad to see that the DC put out another crap movie.
Yeah,
with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I was like, how do you make this movie? Good. You have all this potential and you just make this piece of crap.
Trash. Yeah,
it's because Zack Snyder wanted to do every major storyline from the comics because he was like, this might be my only chance,
and it was.
No, he is doing Justice League right now. They're pretty far into filming.
But at least
he might have learned.
He's not. At least this time, he's not going to have so much control over.
I want to say, I want to say Justice League is more of a Warner Brothers production with Zack Snyder just happening to be the guy behind the camera.
Yeah. He thinks the problem with people's response to Batman vs Superman is that people don't like deconstructed superheroes.
You have to construct them.
Yeah.
What does he mean by
before you can deconstruct?
Like he's like they don't want to see him as like broken down people.
Mm.
I mean that's fine. It's just let me see a superhero first. Just don't start Batman as an alcoholic who's murdering people.
Why should Superman be broken down?
Right?
I can understand it for Batman, but why? Yeah, why would Superman be a broken down?
I heard
character?
Batman just recently started killing people, and if that's the case, like if he's finally reached his breaking point or whatever, that's fine. But at least have Alfred say something like, when did we start killing everybody? Like,
well, he does.
All he says is you become crueler.
Fever,
he says you become
and it turns good men cruel.
That's it. And he doesn't say like when he first shows up in the Batplane, he could have said, using live ammunition now, huh? What happened to the rubber bullets? And
That'd
Batman,
be dumb.
whatever, it could have been something.
Yeah.
And then Batman would have been like, "You shut up, Alfred."
The fact that the Batplane has giant machine guns on it in the first place, that's a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Well, it's always had weaponry.
Yeah, but in the cartoons, it didn't have giant machine guns.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one cartoon where he fires bullets out of it.
They're low-impact rubber pellets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just assume that that's what it is. It doesn't go.
No, it shows people get hit with things and they just fall over and like, ugh.
I mean, heck,
but there's no blood.
He doesn't
explode anybody.
We got an M-rated Batman video game and he's using rubber bullets.
Yep.
So...
Okay, actually, that's really stupid. I don't like the Arkham Knight game. The Batmobile is really stupid in that game, and it's way too destructive. That's the only thing
that's wrong about that game.
It's actually the Arkham Knight game is exactly like Batman vs Superman. Batman.
It's just a big tank.
The Batmobile is a big tank that just drives around destroying everything, and it's blowing stuff up, shooting down other vehicles. You see things explode. It's
when he goes through the wall and breaks part of the truck open with the Batmobile. There's 3 guys in the truck. He hits it. There's only 2 guys in the truck in the next scene. He ran over a man in midair.
He almost destroyed an innocent civilian too. There was just a random truck driver. I mean, you see if you watch the movie, you see that the front of the cab is still intact and isn't damaged.
But he blew up the rest of it.
But I mean, he had no way of knowing that miraculously the front of the cab would be okay and only the tank would explode.
Where was Superman on that? He shows up after Batman murders all these people.
That's my biggest problem with the movie.
He just stands there.
They don't interact at all.
I see you did all this chaos, but now the Bat's dead. I let you get one more go ride.
Yeah? What is it?
Superman does not say.
Yeah, that look.
He does not say, "Hey, why were you chasing those guys? What do they have?"
Yeah, they never ask questions of each other. Period.
And at the end of the movie, Superman just looks at Lois and says, "I have to fight him." It's like Lois doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
No. They would have just had a conversation. I mean, they did at the party, but even outside of that, if they would have just had a conversation, none of this movie would have taken place.
If Superman weren't so short-tempered, he tells Batman, "Bruce, please." He shoots him with some machine guns that don't hurt him, and he throws him through a building. I don't understand why that made him so mad.
Don't understand.
Like, that's about the most I've seen Batman just be like a normal civilian, like, ever. Because that's just like a normal person reaction. Like, you just see some overpowered dude coming at you, and if you feel like he's a threat, the first thing you're gonna do is try to shoot him. Like
if I were Batman and I'm standing there, well, first, if you're Batman,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's
you might want to try and follow him around a little bit before you try.
Are you saying like in general, like the concept of Batman immediately, like seeing Superman and immediately like wanting to fight him? is not Batman-like.
It's more just general civilian-like. Like that's what a normal
crazy alcoholic
normal person who is afraid of Superman.
He's
that's
reacting
what they
the way
would
that
do.
the military should be reacting to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, then the military saw him fight the bad guys.
I think if they were going to do all these homages to the Dark Knight Returns, they should have just did the Dark Knight Returns. They should have had Batman be the one that Superman needs to stop from doing something.
That would have made more sense, considering Superman's close relationship with the military after Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Right.
But no.
The whole movie was dictated by the fact that people complained about the destruction of Man of Steel, so they felt that they had to make the movie have a subplot about Superman destroying stuff.
But they still destroyed just as much stuff. They just went out of their way to say
that's
it's
a really
uninhabited.
asinine reason to do that. To be perfectly...
The docks are abandoned.
Because I didn't even have a problem
even though
with
he broke the docks. He broke an antique ship at that yard when he was chasing people.
Yeah.
He just went straight through it and destroyed everything. He blew up so much stuff. And then he was mad at Superman for breaking some stuff. What are you looking for? Sit back down.
Is that yours?
Yeah.
I already opened it.
You opened this one? What about that one?
Oh, is that...
What? No, that one's old.
Oh.
That water's been out here for about 2 months.
I'll grab another one.
I thought you came out with 3 drinks, and I thought you just brought each of us one. Because he yelled for you to bring a water out for me.
Well, he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
No.
He doesn't understand that we have to take care of our vocal cords. Batman's ruined in movies, except for Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad kind of redeemed Batman, and now that Zack Snyder won't be in charge of Batman from now on,
I don't think that's redeeming. 3 scenes is not redeeming.
Well, if you think that 3 scenes in Suicide Squad is redeeming, then Batman's fine. Because all they have to do is just make him like you'll be happy as long as Batman just acts like Batman from now on.
If he doesn't kill anyone else, like with the exception of maybe like someone who's going to kill a bunch of people,
they're kind of doing their own like version of Superman excuse. The movies. Like they said, they're gonna sort of not really pay that much attention to the continuity of the current ones that have been out, and starting with Wonder Woman, it's gonna be a little bit different.
It doesn't make any sense. They did that with Batman vs Superman. It had a little bit of carryover from Man of Steel, but other than that, because Man of Steel takes place in the regular world, and they just introduce Superman, and then it's the regular world with Superman. Then Batman vs Superman, you find out Batman's been around for a while too, doing something. And then Suicide Squad shows you that Gotham City's been fucked up for years. Yeah. That this crazy stuff's been happening. You got crocodile monsters and demons running around. So now Man of Steel doesn't make sense. Because if Superman grew up in that world, he would have become Superman a lot sooner. It wouldn't have had to be a world-ending event for him to be like, I should probably help people.
And they would have just thought he was a metahuman. Like everyone else. Except it could have been kept a secret that he was actually an alien.
I think he just didn't. He just never.
Well, I think don't they keep the metahumans a secret?
Under wraps.
They're all locked in a high security prison. People act like they don't exist.
Flash isn't.
Yeah.
Well, the metahumans that they have.
Yeah. Well, a couple of them.
Yeah.
Because if these Batman
the Flash isn't out in the public yet, though. Because I mean, they don't say, "Oh, the Flash captured him." They just say, "Oh, it was the red streak," or whatever.
Yeah, but the Flash captured him.
Can we talk about Red Streak because he's got blue lightning? Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
I just thought about that when you said that.
Because his lightning in the Flash TV show is like yellow. And stuff, and he has like a red blur when he runs.
Yeah.
And now he steps into the Speed Force. I guess it could make sense if he's the only speedster so far.
Some people are saying that
he has access to the entire Speed Force.
Yeah, I heard that he's mastered the Speed Force already, and that's why it's blue lightning because the Speed Force is blue.
Well, I don't know. When you get blue lightning in the Flash TV show, you start to die.
Yeah,
so, is the Flash gonna die?
Well, that's if you take Velocity 9, though.
The main villain of the Flash movie is Reverse Flash. So it's just gonna be like
should be.
No.
Well,
I think it's stupid to have
Gorilla Grodd.
Do you really? In the first Flash movie, he should fight his arch nemesis and just beat down his arch nemesis?
He shouldn't beat him.
But then that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you depends on how you define beating. Yeah,
and then he's gonna go kill Barry's mom, and Barry's gonna be like, "No, not again." This is the fifth time I've tried to stop it, but then I keep stopping myself.
And I think Warner Brothers is kind of so dumb that they're gonna the first Flash movie is gonna be Flashpoint.
It would fix their universe.
That would be nonsense.
Then they're gonna have the Joker come back, no tattoos.
It could be their Days of Future Past.
People.
They probably would use Flashpoint to do like a Days of Future Past kind of thing.
I mean, I don't know though. I mean,
just give me Crisis on
because they announced Cyborg's going to be in the movie.
In the Flash movie?
Yeah.
Probably
as
just because they're both
possibly a large role because it can't just be a cameo because they wouldn't announce it 2 years in advance.
It's probably because they're both close with Star Labs, right? So
yeah.
It would make the most sense for them to.
Although speaking of Star Labs,
plus they don't have a cyborg movie until like 2020.
Well, they pushed back the cyborg movie.
Yeah, so
it might not even happen
Dr.
at all.
Hamilton's
announced
dead.
It, so people would go "Oh, I guess Cyborg's gonna be a bigger deal in this universe."
They killed off Dr. Hamilton in Man of Steel, though.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be in charge.
It's just like he killed Jimmy Olsen too.
That was such bullshit.
Wait, there was a.
Dr. Neil Hamilton is in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And then he dies when they blow up the world.
Who is this guy?
The guy Superman talks to in every episode of the cartoon show. Whenever he has a problem, he goes to
makes all this cool stuff. Hamilton. He built his rocket for him to go into space. Yeah. He built a space suit and an underwater suit and a kryptonite protection suit. He gave him all this fun stuff. That
guy's just gone now.
He's dead. He's dead. Or he might be in the Phantom Zone.
Maybe.
Meaning Zod. Or no, meaning Feora probably killed him.
Wow.
I think everything got ruined when Zack Snyder was set to direct Man of Steel.
They ruined the
entire
think Wonder Woman could be good
universe.
because it's set way before everything else, so it doesn't have to rely on anything else.
Yeah.
The only thing it has to rely on is they have to come up with some reason for Wonder Woman to just ditch out on everybody for 100 years.
She walked away from mankind 100 years ago.
But but according to the movie, that's when she first walked in, to mankind.
She came in.
So she spends 2 weeks with the humans, and then she says, "Yeah, this is cray."
Ignore everything that was in Batman vs Superman, and then you can enjoy the rest of the DC movies.
But we can't because it's part of the franchise.
See, now with Suicide Squad came out, and now everyone's saying, everything will start being different with Wonder Woman. Now watch, if Wonder Woman comes out and it's not that great, they're gonna say, we're gonna
Justice League will be great.
Dude,
it'll be the good one.
If they lose with Wonder Woman,
they lose.
I'm just gonna give up on it.
I honestly think it's over, dude. I don't know if they can come back from losing.
I think
with Wonder
technically
Woman.
the first movie that you'll actually be able to judge DC on will be whatever comes after Justice League 1.
Why?
Flash.
Because Wonder Woman and Justice League both had scripts before everyone started crapping on Warner Brothers and saying that everything they do sucks.
There was a script for Justice League a long time ago, and they asked Ben Affleck to direct it. And he said, "No, I've never directed a movie on that kind of scale." So and then they just didn't.
When you already have they don't have enough time to completely rewrite a script to fix problems that people have with the other movies. Yeah, with Suicide Squad, they had him write the script in 6 weeks.
Yeah, but it was a good script. It was a 3-hour movie.
I still think it was kind of crap. No matter what they put back into it, it still got problems.
I think if they just let the director have the final cut of his own movie,
exactly,
it would make a lot more sense and be a better picture.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Because in most interviews, all of the actors in Suicide Squad went on and on about how good of a director he was and how, it's a superhero comic book movie, but he made it feel like they were directing a small budget, acting-driven drama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were all.
Well, that's the problem. Is the movie was originally a drama, and then they decided they had to add a bunch of catchy music and
because that one trailer was popular,
video, editing.
Speaking of music videos, what'd you think of Purple Lamborghini?
I didn't watch it.
I think the music video is pretty cool.
The video's weird.
Yeah, I mean it's weird because he's hanging out with Rick Ross and Skrillex. but it's pretty
Joker's
cool.
in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shot an entire video of the Joker hanging out with Rick Ross and Skrillex.
Costume and everything. Like, he walks
Full
in.
makeup.
He walks into the,
He's
he
on
walks
a
into
boat.
the club. Yeah. At the
God.
end, he's just on a boat, like, double hands over his cane.
Oh, I did see a picture of the
good.
boat, and the boat says "Puddin" on it.
Yeah.
So don't you
It's
think
that,
that should be
and then-
Harley Quinn's boat?
Maybe he bought it for her. I don't think she has her own money.
That song is good, though. The
Yeah.
music videos.
Although,
But
there's not a purple Lamborghini in the video.
It's weird.
and the other thing, that car that he drives
It's
is not a Lamborghini
Lamborghini.
either. It's something else.
Rick Ross
So,
just loves saying Lamborghini.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Because that's the car you say in rap songs.
Skrillex is a funny looking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why he does beats.
Yeah. I was listening to the Weekly Planet, and they talked about Skrillex looking like Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
He looks just like him. That guy's a mess. You know, didn't they announce a sequel to The Goonies like 2 years ago?
What's that song you did?
Millennium something.
Future Millennium. It's not Future Millennium.
It's something really bad. But it was like filmed in Sean Astin's house.
Yeah.
And he's
just randomly
in
shows
it.
up at certain points of the video, just kind of smiling and walking around.
He's in one part of the video. It's the video is we go through a day in the life of Corey Feldman as he wants you to think his life is. He gets up in the morning. He's like already awkwardly dressed like Michael Jackson, including no, he doesn't have a glove yet. But he gets out of the bed. There's two women lying in the bed, and then he gets tossed a pair of gloves that don't fit him. And he's trying to put on the one glove for a while he's walking down the hall singing. And then he gets his weird hat, and he runs down the staircase, and Sean Astin's like reading the morning paper, and he smiles at him. Because it's obviously not Corey Feldman's house, because it's a nice place. It's just a real bad video.
He should play Shazam.
Corey Feldman or Sean Astin?
Corey Feldman. You imagine this little 10-year-old kid?
He can play Billy Batson.
Little 10-year-old kid yells Shazam and he turns into Corey Feldman dressed like Michael Jackson.
And then he starts crying. What's his life become? Why did the wizard do this to me?
He'd be able to act like a little kid that's pretending to be an adult.
They haven't cast anyone else for the Shazam movie except for The Rock.
I heard some people think that The Rock might play Shazam too.
No.
And then they might make
No.
Shazam and Black Adam brothers.
What? They are brothers. Captain Marvel and Black Adam's they're brothers.
They're brothers?
Well, they're both the children of Shazam.
Are they really?
Yeah.
If that's already the way it is, then maybe what I heard is they'll be twin brothers instead
Are they
of just
like
brothers
by figure of speech or like?
Well, like
brothers?
figures, but brothers is in the sense that the magic people become.
Is it like how
brothers?
How Thor would call any of his friends in Asgard brother?
Essentially, because they all draw power from the same magic.
Okay. Well, what I mean is
no, because
actually
what he
related.
means they're just like brothers.
Actually related, like
That's weird.
twin brothers.
I don't think The Rock would want to do that because The Rock was really looking forward to playing just Black Adam. He's really pumped for it.
Yeah, that's why.
He said
but now they have a problem because they cast The Rock as Black Adam. Now they have to try to find somebody to play Shazam.
Right?
Tom
we
Welling.
had this time to see.
Tom Welling as Shazam.
Who in the world will be able to go up against The Rock
Tom Welling
as the good guy?
Tom Welling.
The person that would believe that Tom Welling would stand toe-to-toe against The Rock.
Look, I told you, in Smallville,
apparently
he stood toe-to-toe with
they should have Vin Diesel be Shazam.
Vin Diesel would be a shit Shazam. Vin Diesel would not be very good at anything. I just want Vin Diesel to play Black Bolt.
No, God, come on. Just imagine Justice League 2 or whatever.
Exactly.
In Justice League 2, they're all standing around, and and they're talking about something, and like they say something slightly inappropriate or whatever, and Vin Diesel like chuckles. No, he chuckles, and then someone's like, "Who is this?" or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, my Billy."
My name's Billy.
You know what? There'd be some real life backstory though, because a lot of people thought that The Rock was talking.
Or
that thing he
Batman figured out
was about Vin Diesel.
Batman figures out his identity, and he's like,
that's a fake. That's a fake.
And he's like,
internet feud.
Batman's like,
it's something they're doing just for publicity.
I don't really
because The Rock is too nice of a guy to go online and blast somebody about anything.
Yeah.
Listen,
he's the nicest man in the
Batman
world.
will figure out who Shazam is, and they'll be having a meeting, and it'll be like, I hope you all know this is a 10-year-old child named Billy Batson. And then
Batman keeps that under wraps.
Shazam goes, nah, I'm not.
Nah, shorty, that ain't me.
Killer Croc was so bad.
Just get Killer Croc to be Shazam.
Why couldn't we just get a CGI Killer Croc?
Yeah, I don't.
Because then everyone would complain that he was CGI.
CGI Colossus was really good.
CW's Flash could do King Shark, but
you know what?
But Warner Brothers DC can't do.
They were gonna do
Croc.
King Shark for the Suicide Squad instead of Killer Croc, and David Ayer said he didn't want to work with a big CGI character. So then they picked someone that's also a big
Killer
monster,
Croc, whose only plot point in the movie was to be able to swim and deliver the bomb at the very end.
Which
he didn't want to work with a big
shoehorned
CGI character, but they have like half the finale is a giant flaming demon fighting some other CGI character.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Nonsense.
I don't know. The movies. I think David Ayer kind of ruined bits of the movie just by being weird.
By being David Ayer.
Like a couple months into filming, he grabbed Joel Kinnaman and cut his hair, just completely changed his hair, and they didn't film in chronological order. And then he complained to David Ayer. He said, "What about the stuff we already filmed?" And David Ayer just said, "It'll be fine." So Joel Kinnaman has 3 different hairstyles throughout the course of the movie that change from scene to scene.
I didn't really notice that, but
well, yeah, it's a little.
Now I'm
thing.
confused. I didn't know.
I thought he. I'm pretty sure. I think he did that to Katana.
Boomerang.
No, I thought he did that to Katana.
He cut Joel Kinnaman's hair halfway through filming. He cut off all of Katana's hair. He cut 2 feet off of her hair.
Okay.
And then during one scene, he just walks up and shaves part of Margot Robbie her eyebrow.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto, he shaved his entire body. Eyebrows and all.
Personally shaved?
Maybe. He was a barber in the Navy. He likes to cut hair.
See, no,
I don't know what it is.
I read it was Jai Courtney. He just Jai Courtney, when he came into wardrobe or whatever, the David Ayer just came in and chopped his hair all up and said, "Yep, that's Captain Boomerang."
No, that was the first day.
Okay.
The first day he gave a couple people haircuts, and halfway through filming, Joel Kinnaman said he took him aside, put him in his trailer, and just cut a bunch of his hair off.
So David Ayer can cut people's hair, and Margot Robbie can do tattoos.
Yeah, except Will Smith just did Joel Kinnaman's tattoo. And it's very shaky. In his defense, Will Smith just kept shouting, "I told you I didn't want to play with that stuff." Yeah. He's like, "I've never done that."
He didn't get one himself.
But you're
no.
Will Smith.
Yeah, because they asked him why he didn't have one. He's like, "I'm a 40-year-old man. He's like, I don't have any tattoos." He's like, "I'm going to keep it that way." He's like, "I have children."
Justified, I think.
Although I hate his kids.
Wow.
I hate them.
I don't think you should. That's an opinion a lot of people have. Most people don't like his kids.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't like Santa Claus. Wow.
I like Santa Claus. What do you have against Santa?
Santa Claus is not a real person.
Whoa!
Wow.
Children might listen to this eventually.
Eventually?
No,
so how long
not.
are the children going to take to watch it?
Maybe 1,000 years from now.
This
will be the only thing safe.
Just a rated R podcast.
It'll be perfectly preserved because
rated
it'll
R
be
superstars.
It'll be unused.
Whatever, dude. Just cut my Santa Claus commentary then.
I don't edit this anymore.
All right,
it's too much work. I add the theme song. That's all I do. And it's not even a song. You haven't offered anyone else chips. You've been eating a bag of chips this entire time. Just holding them.
Yeah, I thought I was sitting a little bit far away from the mic compared to you guys, so that I could eat the chips and not be really bothered. But
you're sitting further away because I told you to.
I'm not gonna eat any. So.
No, I don't want any either.
Oh,
it's just a courtesy issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We invite you on this podcast.
You bring chips and don't offer anything. What did you even bring to the table?
I'm actually here to plug my own podcast. Timuel's Corner.
Timuel's Corner. They discuss all things Timuel related.
It's actually no. I'm standing in a corner and I'm describing the corner.
It's a different corner every other week.
Corners.
I'm constantly having it remodeled. It's the same corner. I just haven't changed.
Sometimes I add a picture. Sometimes there's a shelf.
This week there is a red crown mark right here.
It could be ketchup. I don't really remember how it got there. So earlier you were talking about. You wanted Suicide Squad to be at least 2 years after Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah.
It's only 6 months.
Yeah.
2 years is a long time.
Yeah, a long time for
lots Justice of cool League stuff is only like a year after Batman vs. Superman. So Superman's only going to be dead in the DC movies for about a year. And then he just instantly comes back.
A year?
Even though he was only around for 2 years.
Superman comes back with the King Tide.
Technically, isn't he already
that's
back?
Right.
In a way, isn't he already back?
Yeah, he's just healing.
Wouldn't that be a surprise? That'd be the real twist of the movie.
If he never showed up again, if Superman was just staying dead.
The twist of the movie is he's talking to Arthur Curry, and he's like, "I'm not the one who brings the fish. He is." And then it's just Superman.
And Clark just walks in with a big beard again.
He has his beard again. He has a bunch of fish in a bag.
He's just carrying a net full of salmon, and he's like. Hi.
And he goes like, yeah, the Atlanteans, they all kind of have powers almost like me. So
I just figured I'd live with them.
Yeah.
He's like, turns out I don't have to breathe.
And the Batman's like, I've been doing all this to honor your memory.
You barely knew me.
And then we have a real conflict, sort of.
Then Batman and Superman could have a real fight.
Yeah.
Just verbal, though.
I still think it's
strong
weird.
Disagreement.
It makes no sense to me that the main villain of the movie will be Steppenwolf.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Nobody knows who the hell Steppenwolf is.
He's Darkseid's uncle that's usually dead.
Yeah, only really hardcore comic fans know that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Everybody else, I'm pretty sure Steppenwolf he's a musician, isn't he?
I don't care.
Look at Google.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, I've heard it outside of the DC comics. It's someone else.
It just seems like it's really stupid.
Band or something.
Maybe it's actually. You think maybe it will be Darkseid? And they're just saying Steppenwolf to throw people off?
I don't want it to be Darkseid.
No.
I didn't want them to use Doomsday. This is too early to be rolling out the big villains.
And probably Justice League too.
Probably.
But
I just want Caliban.
You think they're already trying to compete with Infinity War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're rushing everything
this
because...
This is all about competing with Infinity. Mm-hmm. This is all about competing with Marvel.
And Marvel just doesn't care. They're set out to make good movies.
They're already justified.
I'm really excited for
There's no
Thor
pressure on Marvel.
Thor Ragnarok looks good, yeah.
I think it's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be like Prisoner of Azkaban compared to the other Harry Potter movies.
Dude, I'm the only.
That's a pretty good Harry Potter.
I don't understand why. I don't get it.
Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah, I don't understand why people like that so much.
It's dope.
I didn't like Prisoner of Azkaban that much.
Well, it just had a different tone than 1 and 2.
I like the way it's filmed. I guess
the cinematography was better. It didn't rely so much on
more props.
Look how great everything is.
There were more things that were props and like modeled characters and stuff like that, except for the werewolf.
The werewolf was garbage though.
Yeah, Nick.
Go handle this, Timuel.
How do you guys
We're doing a podcast! We're in the middle of something. Get out of here! Go away!
The door was locked. How do you lock yourself in here?
The lock's on the inside of the door. You can't lock yourself inside of something.
It is really hot in here, though. I'm actually here.
He's right here. Okay, I just want to say I'm leaving.
Where are you going?
I didn't know you were back.
I brought income. I gotta get back to our church. I gotta get my meat cut. I gotta make another cake. There's a pineapple upside down here. It fell apart.
Oh, ooh.
I'm going to eat the whole
Take
thing.
Here, Tim. Take the key out of here. All right, see you guys.
Wait, you left the key on the outside of the door?
It doesn't matter.
What was the point?
The lock is on the inside.
Lois is the key.
Yeah.
That was a bad bit of the movie.
That. I hated that scene so much.
I hated it because they had him wake up afterwards.
I hated it because I didn't even know what he said until I saw the memes in the days later. I literally could not understand.
It was a reference
saying.
to the Injustice comics.
Just exposed.
I get it, but
But it was dumb. Because so far, Batman didn't even meet Lois until that final scene.
Yeah.
Just her running up. It's his mother. His mother's name is Martha. That's the only time.
Who the hell are you, woman?
He should have been more freaked out by that. Where did she come from? Why is she there?
I still think it's interesting that Batman just really hoped that the fight would end up at the bottom of that building so he could use the spear.
Why do you make a spear? When does Batman use a spear?
Yeah, he should have had instead of a
freaking gun,
dude.
Instead of a freaking, he should have made a gun that fired kryptonite bullets.
Right. Yeah.
Since he's clearly a killer, anyways.
Doesn't matter. Superman can't be
Heck,
killed.
he had a grenade launcher.
That was so dumb.
Why didn't you just have the grenade launcher have a spear gun instead?
A harpoon.
Yeah.
Just fire a kryptonite harpoon at him.
Yeah. That's basically.
There are a million different directions that could have gone that are all better than what
I'm
they
so
did.
angry that they decided to have a kryptonite spear
And not have Aquaman use
just
it.
have Aquaman be in the movie.
Then the one time you see Aquaman, it's like that Zoolander
I remember the
Mermaid
original.
commercial.
I was hearing that he was
leaked-
supposed to be.
The
in it,
original
yeah.
leaked plot that I read was that Wonder Woman was looking for captured metahumans, and that she frees Aquaman from Lex Labs, and that Aquaman just ditches out on him and goes back to Atlantis. But then he shows up in the finale to help fight Doomsday, just like Wonder Woman shows up.
You know what's really
And
good
that's
about
why it's the
Doomsday
dawn
in
of justice,
comics?
because they're all starting to be more heroic.
Yeah, they kept using that tagline, Unite the Seven.
Yeah.
Who are the Seven?
Well, it's supposed to be the 7 Seas.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. But it could also be like, I'm really hoping that there's a 7th member of the Justice League.
The original Justice League is 7 members.
There's only
it's
6
so
people.
weird looking at that poster and only seeing 6 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all the promotional posters for Batman vs. Superman that say Unite the Seven. Those are kind of weird, too. There's a poster for Batman vs. Superman that's just Aquaman. It says Unite the Seven.
I do think that the roster, the Justice League, is a better roster than the Avengers, in the first Avengers movie.
That's because DC has better superheroes than Marvel.
Yeah. The problem is that we were more hyped for Avengers because they did all those characters pretty well before the Avengers movie. Except for
they built the universe.
Except for Hawkeye
properly.
and Black Widow. Black Widow was decent
I don't
in
like
and
Black
kinda
Widow.
sucked in Iron Man 2. Yeah, I wish it was more like.
I wish she had a Russian accent.
I wish it was more Russian.
I wish you were Russian.
And I wish her
Outside of the
allegiances were more
accent.
like questionable, like she was constantly flip flopping or
Yeah,
something.
in the comics, you never know if she's going to end up being good or bad. And then in every cartoon adaptation of Black Widow, she has a Russian accent. And then, like, Scarlett Johansson, don't worry about
What was
doing
she actually
accents.
supposed to? What was she actually going to do though in Iron Man 2?
Be sneaky. I don't know. do some questionable stuff.
She was sneaky with everybody except for Nick Fury, who she's never sneaky with.
She's always sneaky with
That's the
Nick
only-
Fury.
Well, no, usually she's
I'm talking about in this movie
usually she's
universe.
pretending to be sneaky.
And he
but
knows
also
that she's
really is
pretending to
sneaky.
be sneaky because he's also really sneaky because he's a spy too.
Usually they're always both in on whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And
It's more like
real bad.
It's more like Black Widow is more like Maria Hill. Like a lot of things Maria Hill does in the movies, like being Nick Fury's right hand, is
That's
pretty
more Black
closer to-
Widow. Because
Maria
then
Hill is
Maria
more-
Hill just
Maria Hill's
moves in and
more,
takes over as director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, she's more of a nemesis to Nick Fury. in
Yeah,
the comics,
she's
I'm
always
pretty sure.
trying to get him to step down.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't even see out of both your eyes.
Savagery today.
He can't. I don't like the Avengers movies. And part of the reason is the same reason I don't like Suicide Squad. It's because they keep fighting like all these minions.
Yeah. I want them to just. That's the only reason I'm excited for Infinity War. I want to see a fight scene where the only person in the fight scene is Thanos,
and just him throwing them everywhere.
And I want him to whoop them with his fists. Yeah. I don't want to see a bunch of CGI stuff floating around everywhere, knocking everybody around. But I just want to see a fist punching people. That's all I want.
Same thing with Doomsday. The Infinity Gauntlet, he's not going to.
The Doomsday fight got worse when Doomsday started having electricity fly around all over him and was just making nuclear blasts.
The first moment where he throws a punch and Superman catches it, and then they start fighting up into space, that was cool.
Yeah.
But then everything that followed it was garbage. Because if you take away his electricity powers, there's a lot less damage.
That's why I think, actually, maybe the best fight scene so far has been...
Batman vs. Superman.
I was going to say Loki versus Thor in the first Thor movie was a decent fight between two superpowered characters.
Super Pack, I was about to say, Winter Soldier fight.
Yeah,
all the fights in Winter Soldier.
I mean, my favorite fight overall was Captain America versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
But
Super Captain America whooped him
with special guest star Winter Soldier.
But the thing though was that choreography wasn't that great in that Thor Loki fight. It was a little slow.
What was cool about it was that they were just clashing with each other.
They were using the hammer.
It felt like there was a lot of weight behind each of their clashes.
Yeah, especially when you have
these were two really powerful people.
Yeah.
And it was real good because Thor wasn't trying to kill Loki. He was just trying to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not going to try and kill him.
Loki didn't have any mercy at that point.
Because Loki's a savage.
Odin made him a savage.
He's a monster. Odin did nothing but love him.
The Batman vs. Superman fight would have been better if I was invested in either of the characters. I didn't care about either of them.
If Batman had
nothing
been
but want to use Loki.
What?
Oh, I like the fight in Loki. I like the fight in Thor.
Pretty much.
In Thor: The Dark World, where he was fighting the.
I don't like any of that movie.
Where they keep teleporting to the different rooms while they're fighting each other. That was cool. I like that.
That fight was cool, but that movie was.
I think Doctor Strange. You know what could actually have a really cool fight scene? Will be Doctor Strange. Yeah,
I think Doctor Strange is going to be the best Marvel movie.
A lot of cool visual stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day. I don't know about best Marvel movie, but I think it might be the best origin movie.
Oh yeah. Since
it'll be hard to top Iron Man.
I think it might.
In terms of origin movies.
I mean, I think it would be better than Iron Man. Because Iron Man was trying to put him in the real world for a bit until Iron Man 2.
Oh, and Doctor Strange is more about taking a guy from the real world and putting him in a crazy magic.
Because they're finally doing mystic stuff. They're finally using magic.
They're still going to try and explain it as being scientific.
Well, that's what Thor did too.
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't. That's why
anyone. That's what I kind of like about Suicide Squad is they just the only thing I like about Enchantress is the fact that they don't try to explain it. They just say, "Hey, she's magic. She's a sorceress.
She's a witch."
Yeah. But I mean,
I like that. It should be. I like just having characters that are comic book characters.
Yeah.
You can learn things without explaining exactly how it's learned.
Yeah,
I was
not according to
I think it was Grant Morrison
because he's a mathematician and a physicist.
Grant Morrison had a quote. He was talking about. He said, "You show a kid a TV show of talking animals, and they don't ask any questions or whatever, but." Show someone a comic book and they want to know how the Batmobile works, how Batman can't kill, how doing this doesn't kill anybody, et cetera, et cetera. He said it's a comic book, you fucking idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah, to be fair, Batman kills people in the comic books all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He hung a man from the bat plane and just flew around.
This was all in the
hanging.
1940s.
In the 80s, he vaporized Ra's al Ghul while they were in space. And then sent his ashes towards the sun.
And then Robin says,
"You killed him, Batman." And he says, "Have I, Robin?"
Yeah.
It's just trying to play it off as being cheeky. But no, he vaporized somebody. He's dead. Of course, Ra's al Ghul came back afterward, but he was dead at the time. How did he come back from that? Or did they Lazarus Pit.
Did they reboot it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone went out into space.
How did someone go into space and gather his ashes?
The League of Shadows.
They just fell back down to Earth perfectly into the Lazarus Pit.
It's while they were going towards the sun, a meteor came by, and they just latched on, and it landed on Earth. and right next to the Lazarus pit.
How are his ashes able to latch on to something?
Magic. The Lazarus pit. What do you not get?
I do think you can not explain someone's, like, the source of someone's powers, but I still need to have the powers themselves have an explanation.
Why?
Like what? Or else it doesn't make any sense of how you can stop them. When you just have someone show up and they have a bunch of powers and like every 5 minutes, oh look, a new power. Then they become, there's no stakes.
You mean like 1980s Superman?
Yeah.
One time he shapeshifted his face into a panther.
Yeah. Okay. Stuff like that does not apply to me.
He can also make a tiny Superman fly out of his hand that has all the same powers as regular Superman, so he can also make a tiny Superman come out of his hand with all the powers of Superman, and so on and so forth for an eternity. It doesn't make any sense. It's an endless amount of Superman.
There's a Superman that can do that? A rendition of Superman?
The Silver Age of comics.
There's a rendition of Superman that is a giant brain that is aware that it's a comic book character. And just talks. He's like conscious. He's like
I don't know that one
or something. It's like a giant robot brain. Something weird.
Super Krang.
Don't lean against the desk. It's not.
I think
stable.
it's actually called Super Brain or something like that.
I know Superboy Prime lives in a world where it's dictated by the comic book writers, and they're also in the same world. And when his girlfriend dies, he just goes and murders the entire comic book staff. It's real weird stuff.
Jeez.
But Superman, his powers are pretty weird in certain comics. Mm-hmm. And then in Superman 4, he shoots blue lasers to rebuild the Wall of China.
Yeah. You can't just show stuff like that.
It doesn't
there has to be some kind of limitation
sense.
that, I need to see, well, they can do this, but only for this long, or only for these functions, or something like that. So then, when they have to do it for something, and they're like, oh, no, I can't do it. and then it makes the movie better.
Superman never has any limitations.
That just reminds me of Yu Yu Hakusho. Because he could only do his spear gun once a day.
It took 24 hours to recharge.
Good anime. It's
like when Iron Man uses his laser thing in Iron Man 2.
It's a one-off.
Yeah, it's a one.
Why? Why was it a one-off?
But really, that was just that they just made a really. They were like, we need to just end this fight real quick.
Yeah, that was just them rushing through the movie. That's why Iron Man 2 is real bad.
That's my least favorite Marvel movie when it comes to the fight scenes, is because everything's so short. All the fights are the fight with Whiplash is 36 seconds or something like that.
That's real dumb.
Because he wasn't ready. Yeah, man, I think they could have had a lot better of a story with Whiplash in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was doomed from the plot, and then the fight.
He was just mad because his dad didn't get credit for something, even though it was something that he didn't even get to build.
His dad was trying to do some shady stuff, and Howard Stark was like,
"Get out of
here! Out of here!
Send him back to Russia,
back to Siberia.
Get your ass home."
Speaking what?
Oh no, you go.
Oh. Well, I was saying, speaking of, like, powers not being justified, like, one of the weirdest things about Suicide Squad was you have the fight scene with Enchantress, which was cool, but then she just gets bored and she's like, enough, and just, like, waves everybody's weapons away from them. And yet, somehow, Harley is able to walk up to her, bend down, pick up a sword, and just cut her chest open.
Enchantress thought she was giving a surrender speech.
That's nonsense.
Harley just wanted to be her friend.
How can she not see people's thoughts if she can show people visions and their deepest desires?
That's the thing, is that she was too powerful a character that there's a lot of movies always have a really powerful villain to where it's like no matter what, the way that they're defeated is lame.
I know. Which is why they should stop making overpowered people.
Yeah.
It's like in the first.
That's my argument for anything that's anybody overpowered. That's why I don't like Superman that much.
It's because Superman's whole thing is he can't be beaten. That's the whole premise of Superman.
Then what's the point?
He's cool. He's real cool.
I guess.
He saves people. The point is he's supposed to be really optimistic.
He can be manipulated, though.
If he gets real mad.
Like, there was that episode of...
the animated series where he was teaming up. Oh, you mean the Justice League show?
Yeah, the Justice League show.
That was when
he was
the
really
Justice League...
about Lex Luthor?
Yeah, because Lex Luthor got elected to office, and Superman's like, you can't trust Lex Luthor. He's like, how many times do I have to tell people
stuff like
this?
that, I mean, yeah.
And then Shazam went to fighting.
He can be emotionally manipulated, and there are some villains who are, who can beat him in a one-on-one fight.
Like who?
Darkseid.
No, Superman, when he lets go, beats the crap out of Darkseid. Superman's only problem
is he doesn't let go.
Yeah, because he has mental blocks on his powers because he was raised by people.
But
they could just keep Superman.
Beat Darkseid,
they could just keep Superman as powerful as he is right now and not give him any more powers.
He keeps getting stronger.
Because right now, the only thing the movies have said, the current movies have said is he's really strong and he can fly. That's it.
Heat vision.
Oh, the heat vision, yeah.
X-ray vision.
When does he use X-ray vision?
When he's a little kid.
Oh, no.
Later in life.
Doesn't he look at Lois Lane and tell her she doesn't have any broken bones or something like that? Or that she's fine?
No, she gets shot by... She gets hit by a little laser thing.
Okay, so he does have the X-ray vision.
He says she has an internal bleeding, and then he has to cauterize the wound.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's as powerful as the comic book Superman in the movies.
I hope not.
Depends on which comic.
He still struggles to lift things.
That's that mental block. Superman's strength is actually touch telekinesis. If he can put his hand on it, he can lift it. Yeah, that's why he can lift a battleship and hit someone with it, and it won't break in half. Like, he can hold it straight up in the air. But if the Hulk were to grab a ship and lift it, it would break in half in the middle because it's not structurally strong enough to be held like that. But Superman does that, but he doesn't know that that's what it is. That's why he struggles to lift things. Because he's grown up in a society where people struggle to lift heavy things. He thinks that's what he's supposed to feel. Because that's how powerful his mind is. He tricks himself into struggling.
See,
like when the world engine's crushing him.
Too much explaining of powers. I don't need to know. I don't need to know all that.
It's important.
No, I like it. I like it.
I don't need
I like
that
it.
much.
It's real good.
I don't need that much
it helps clarify.
Because I don't know if I would really ever ask, why doesn't it break? I'm just like, oh, that's...
Well, it's like when the world engine was
Superman.
crushing him in Man of Steel, and it was killing him because it was forcing Krypton's atmosphere. He just tried harder and broke it. Or in Superman Returns, he got stabbed by kryptonite and he's dying. But then he's like, oh, but I have to lift this island of kryptonite, so I'm going to do it.
To me, that's not even a superpower. That's just a normal... the will of just a regular being. If you've got to do something, you're gonna try your hardest to do it.
That's the
and
mental thing
whether you fail or not is another story. But in Superman's case, he
doesn't fail.
He doesn't fail
ever.
But I don't know if that necessarily. I think that's just determination. I don't know if that's
just
an actual super.
He doesn't know the limits of his strength.
Well, yeah. But that's like anybody. If you got to do something, you've got to push it.
Yeah, but if you're trapped under a car and you can't get it up no matter how hard you're trying, if Superman's trapped under something and he can't get it up, he just thinks, I have to lift this, and he just does it with ease.
You couldn't lift the car.
But I don't know. Why would he do it?
I could lift the car.
Why would he do it with ease, though?
I can lift anything!
If you had a little kid that was stuck under the car, you'd be able to lift it.
Little kid would just crawl off from under the car. He's a little kid. What do I need to lift the car for? He can fit. I don't have any children anyway. But I have a comic book where Mongol's son is tossed down to Earth by some other guy. And then he goes to Superman. He's like, hey, you need to train to fight this guy because he threw me down here from my planet. And so him and Superman are fighting underwater, just having Superman punch him harder and harder to just try and break away from thinking that he has a limit to how hard he can punch. It's It's real good stuff. It's just trying to break away from the mental barrier of his strength having a limit. There ain't nothing he can't lift.
It's a good explanation. People like it.
Aquaman shows up in that comic, though, because he thinks Superman's actually having a fight. He's on a giant seahorse, and he's got a trident. He's like, I'm here to help Superman. Superman just yells at him to go away. It's real good stuff. Aquaman's never given a chance, ever.
And now he's going to be probably the coolest character in Justice League.
I don't know if he will be. I don't think Jason Momoa is very cool.
He's trying really hard to be.
Maybe too hard. I don't understand the tattoos. Give him an orange shirt.
Well, you see,
those are his real tattoos.
He got the tattoos because Batman damaged him.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Batman damaged him. Tattoos.
Batman damaged him when he...
Aquaman's got a grill, too.
When Aquaman picks him up by his collar and Batman damaged him.
When the Joker's car crashed and Aquaman was going over to help Harley out of the car, but
Batman walked up and just pushed him out of the way. And it was like, I'm doing something.
It really hurt his self-esteem, so he went and he got a bunch of tattoos.
I need to feel better about me. When do you think he's going to lose his hand? Do you think he will lose a hand?
No.
Who's losing a hand?
Aquaman.
He doesn't have a hand?
Most of the time in the comics, he loses one of his hands.
If it was a Marvel production, they'd have him lose his hand.
Yeah.
It's a tribute to Star Wars.
Is that still ongoing? Or is that...
Yeah, every Marvel movie, someone loses a limb of some sort, whether it be an arm, a leg, or a hand. Name a Marvel movie. Name one.
No, they only...
I'll tell you who lost their limb.
First of all, they didn't start until
but also in Civil War, Bucky's arm got ripped off.
Oh yeah.
They didn't start.
But it's already a metal arm.
Yeah, but it still got ripped off. He lost his arm.
Yeah, they get ripped off again.
How was he able to destroy Bucky's metal arm, but he can't do anything to Captain America's shield?
Bucky's arm isn't made out of vibranium.
Yeah,
yes, it is. They say it in Winter Soldier.
I don't think they do.
They never.
They don't explain what metal it is.
But at the same time, that would make sense for him to be able to punch the shield like that. It still doesn't.
He does punch it real hard.
In the movie, he punches it, and it goes.
And it just vibrates. Yeah.
Which is weird because Thor hit it with his hammer.
And then he's also able to use that hand to catch the shield perfectly.
Exactly.
That's just strength and determination. He's just real good.
See that? No. I think that's the metal arm. That can be explained by science.
I know sword is vibranium.
No, I didn't know. I don't think they ever justified.
I don't think they ever said it was vibranium.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it is in the comics. But everybody's vibranium in the comics. Adamantium is just a refined form of vibranium in the comics. You tired?
No.
You tired? You want to move on to the next segment?
Wait, how long are these things?
Who knows? I don't know how long we're talking.
It's probably been 2 hours now.
Who listens to a 2-hour-long podcast?
Who doesn't? Are you kidding me?
Wow. Okay. What are your numbers?
Hey, shut up. I do okay. Not really. It's alright.
You're just working on the consistency.
You find
Yeah.
You didn't find
We're still finding our place in the world.
Yeah.
You probably have like 45 minutes be the goal.
Hey, no.
See, we could do that.
That's so much to say.
We go on a bunch of tangents all the time.
This started about just Suicide Squad.
This is why you would plan out like talking points.
Well, I would write it on my chalkboard, but I have this X-Men timeline.
And then you have
from when we never did our X-Men episode, Brandon.
When you hit a talking point. So even if you go off on a tangent, when you hit a talking point, when you see the timer go off, you go like, we gotta move on to a different subject and move on to the next.
What is this? ESPN?
No, this is Relaxed Podcast.
Okay.
We're just having a conversation.
I just want to hang out with my friends. But let's move on to the next segment, where we talk about the GOAT. We pick a topic and decide what the greatest of all time in that topic is. Since you're the guest today, Timuel, what's the topic? Come on.
Rice Krispie treats.
Chocolate. Greatest of all time.
None, because I don't eat them. They're not good.
I'm a fan of the original. Gotta tell you.
I don't know. You ever had the confetti ones?
No.
I think I have had the original though before. So
They're pretty good. They're no Cocoa Crispy treats. Well, you know. Is that really the topic you wanted to do?
What? Okay.
Pick something else, man.
Your favorite Russell Crowe movie?
Oh, we were gonna do that
Yeah,
at
we
one
were gonna
point.
do that.
So we were gonna do a Nice Guys
I'm
episode.
so not prepared.
And we were gonna talk about the GOAT Russell Crowe. Ooh, it's between LA Confidential and Gladiator.
Yeah, mine's LA Confidential.
I've only seen a handful of Russell Crowe movies, so
He does real good in most of them. He's a good.
I can
good
tell
fella.
you what my favorite Russell Crowe movie isn't.
Robin Hood.
The Water Diviner.
He wrote it and directed it, and he stars in it. Hugh Jackman
And
supported
Jack
him.
Courtney's in it.
What isn't Jack Courtney in?
Hey, Jack Courtney, he was okay in Suicide Squad.
He was one of my
it's the
favorite
only
parts of
movie
Suicide
he's been
Squad.
okay in.
He was good in that Spartacus show. And then he was in, like, I forget what his first big movie was, but then he was, like, the Hollywood it guy for a
You know,
while.
I think what it is the problem with him.
Wasn't that Die Hard
The
movie?
problem with him, I'm
Yeah.
not so sure if it's actually his acting that's the problem. It's that he's like
he's always cast
He tends
as-
to appear in very bland movies that are poorly reviewed, and that suck.
Die Hard, Terminator Genesis.
I don't know.
What else is
Yeah,
he
and
in?
that are trying to kickstart
Jack
franchises
Reacher.
again. Yeah, Jack Reacher, he was good in that as a villain.
Yeah, but it's a bad movie.
No, it's not. Jack Reacher is a good movie.
Look, I
It's
can't
a
accept.
sequel.
I
So-
can't accept Tom Cruise being able to beat down Jai Courtney in a fist fight. Jai Courtney's a massive man.
That's true.
Okay, but in the context of the movie, his character is a.
Oh, that's right. Tom Cruise is a giant in the movie. I forgot.
Yeah.
He's a 6'4" guy with blonde hair, as described in the Jack Reacher books. He's Chris Hemsworth. Why not just put Chris Hemsworth in those movies?
It probably would suck with Chris Hemsworth.
He's a real good action guy.
I'd buy it. Did you see that movie?
Black Hat?
Yeah.
No, I heard it was real bad.
Yeah.
That's what happens anytime you have
movie
Chris
was
Hemsworth
long.
as the lead outside of being Thor.
Sometimes
like-
I don't even like him as Thor.
That was like that movie. They just didn't like edit it.
Except
so
for,
many scenes were super long.
Rush.
Rush is real good.
I still haven't seen Rush.
Oh, it's real
But
good.
he's not
I heard it was.
playing like his character is a cocky guy, right?
Yeah. It's James Hunt.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Formula One drivers
He's
of all time.
He's not playing a really serious,
So I've
dramatic guy.
It's real good, though. Real good stuff.
Chris Hemsworth is always playing dramatic. Was he good in Ghostbusters?
I heard he was.
He was
the
funny in
best part of
Ghostbusters. He was one of the only
Ghostbusters.
good things about that movie was he was pretty funny.
That movie lost so
I'm probably
much
not gonna
money.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Do you guys see what you do? This is supposed to be Russell Crowe.
We decided it's LA Confidential or Gladiator. LA Confidential is pretty good. He breaks that chair, he gets real mad.
Let's go with that because I
Have you seen that movie?
no. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any.
It's amazing.
You know what? It's better
like
than
one-
Gladiator
it's one of my
because
favorite movies of all
Gladiator,
time.
there's a chariot tips over and you see like a big tank underneath of it that was making it go fast.
Care.
It shouldn't have been there.
It's like a split-second thing.
Yeah, but it runs,
That's like
it takes me out of the movie.
That's like whenever you see the camera crew in reflections of like sunglasses and mirrors and stuff.
Like an I Am Legend.
Mhm.
He goes into a dark room, his flashlight's in a mirror, he tucks it down real quick, you see the camera behind him. It's real bad. That's not that good of a movie.
It should have been like the Truman Show. Should have found out he was actually in a.
Oh,
they were
man.
trying to make
And
you
that's
think
why
he was
they were
in a
moving the
post-
mannequins around. That movie could have been real
I
good.
liked I Am Legend.
I didn't like
Yeah.
the ending.
I didn't like it once the other people showed up.
Yeah, it was real dumb.
And then
Because then he got real mad at them
well.
for saying there were other people out
he
there.
became real obsessed with Shrek.
Yeah. He was just quoting the donkey.
But hey, I used to be able to do the whole movie.
Of Shrek?
Yeah.
Like without watching it? Just sit down and do the whole movie?
I can just sit there and go like, and then, I can't remember it now. But
that's what you used to do at night if you couldn't sleep. Get out of my swamp!
Get out of my swamp, donkey!
I want my privacy!
Shrek! Yeah.
The only donkey line you know is Shrek. You didn't even go for the parfait line. Just Shrek.
Oh, I love parfait.
You got me somebody who don't like parfait? Hell no.
On the road again.
Shrek.
That's just the line that I know I can do the most like donkey.
Shrek.
Donkey.
Donkey. What are you doing in my swamp?
I have to find Lord Farquaad.
The first Shrek's a real good movie.
Shrek. We're all in the swamp now, man.
I don't think he ever said that.
It's too hot for this.
Oh, I love being in the swamp with you, Shrek. I'm getting delirious from the heat. Okay.
Yeah, it's real hot in here.
So what comes after Ghost? What comes after it?
We got a segment called Watch What?
Yeah, watch what?
Okay.
Talk about whatever we've been currently watching.
Okay, I watched
what
all
you
6
been
seasons of Community.
Oh yeah, it's real good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. That Chevy Chase, he's a racist, isn't he?
Yeah. I was disappointed when Chevy Chase disappeared.
He was a ghost for a bit.
It was sad, the behind the scenes drama.
About him being real mean to people.
Yeah.
It's real sad that old man was awful. Brandon, what you been watching?
I've been watching Suits, man.
I've never seen that show.
I don't think anybody. It's just Brandon. USA keeps.
Yeah, because nobody watches USA, but now everybody wants to bandwagon on USA because of Mr. Robot.
I'm not watching Mr. Robot.
What? Really? Not
I hate Christian Slater.
Mr. Robot is not viewed by as many people as like the critical acclaim and stuff has you believe. Like it's
I
not
think it's
really
only
a popular
critics
show.
that watch it.
It's only like hardcore like TV fans. Like probably the same people who watch Mr. Robot probably watch *Halt and Catch Fire*. Have you ever seen *Halt and Catch Fire*?
What the hell is that?
It's a show on AMC that is critically acclaimed, and it's entering its 3rd season.
Who's in it?
Nobody's seen the guy who plays the main villain of Guardians of the Galaxy, Lee Pace.
Oh.
He stars in it. It's about a bunch of different technology people in the 80s.
The guy was in a Twilight movie. Just saying. He was also in the Hobbit movies, though.
The Hobbit movies are real bad.
Yeah.
Those are real bad movies.
Commentaries
on
movies
those.
aren't that bad.
Hobbit movies are real bad.
I think the reason you didn't think
Haven't you only seen one Hobbit movie?
Listen,
yeah, and I decided right then and there they're real bad.
The reason you didn't think they were that bad is because you watched them before you watched the Lord of the Rings movies, so you didn't have a comparison.
Yeah, but...
And I watched the first Hobbit movie after having read the book. It's one short book. It's not anywhere as long as any of the Lord of the Rings books. And they made those 3 books into 3 movies. And then Peter Jackson was like, let's make 3 movies out of this and go overboard on CGI. Even though we had a ton of people dressed as orcs for the Lord of the Rings
reason
movies.
that they actually
have to make money.
You know, I was
You're spending more money on CGI than you are costumes.
Peter Jackson was sort of forced into position because Guillermo del Toro left.
Yeah.
And they begged Peter Jackson to do it. And Peter Jackson came in and he tried to do the best he could with what Guillermo del Toro had prepared. And then
but it was real bad.
The real reason that they split it into 3 movies was because it was impossible for Peter Jackson to get the Battle of 5 Armies done in time for the release date they wanted.
That movie doesn't make any sense. The final Hobbit movie, the Battle of the Five Armies, they're all over the place.
It's because
there are scenes right after each other where they're not wearing the same stuff.
The CGI for the fight scenes in time to release the movie.
They went back and reshot a bunch of it while they were starting to edit it.
Once they had time.
Because they noticed that the story wasn't very cohesive.
Wasn't it just the fact that they were like, well, in the book it makes sense, or in the book that Frodo gets knocked out and he just wakes up after the battle.
You mean Bilbo?
But in the movie, people would be like, what happened to the main character if he's not present at all for any of the battle?
Yeah, I guess. Well, the theory.
I mean, really, it does kind of just become the dwarf movie for the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's more. Maybe it's Bilbo telling the story to Frodo, so it's very, like, he's using a lot of hyperbole.
That's my explanation. Is that it's a more cheesy like kids adventure story because it's Bilbo Baggins telling it like in a book that he wrote
to Frodo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is,
and he embellishes everything.
It is a more kid-friendly.
He's a real jerk, that Bilbo. Scaring all those hobbits with that ring.
I mean,
what's the matter with him?
He makes up a whole subplot about this really annoying henchman guy for the master of Lake Town. Wears dresses.
My main problem with the Hobbit movies is just that the Pale Orc was the main villain for a bit.
The Hobbit movie, because you only saw one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, actually, I think. Okay, they're not great movies, but I still think you should watch the second and third one before you really critique.
I don't think I should. What am I missing? Benedict Cumberbatch doing a fun
cool
voice.
Stuff, okay? The Battle of Five Armies is actually pretty dope.
I don't care about it enough.
I mean, it's well, it's the same thing where you're not really that invested to begin with, so you don't really care about what's happening. But I mean, there's still some cool stuff. Like Legolas has some cool moments. And the fight between Azog and Thorin is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, what I've been watching is Mad Men. It's real good.
How far are you?
Finished it.
Oh, you finished it?
Got real sad when it ended. I watched 7 seasons in 2 weeks.
You know what you should be watching, Brandon?
I know.
Stranger Things?
I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
It's next on the docket.
Oh, you gotta watch Stranger Things. It's so good.
I don't have a doc. Well, I have a list on Netflix, but I don't really watch it.
It's the itinerary.
I can't remember the last time I went to my watch list on Netflix and actually found something on there to watch versus just finding a random thing.
Oh, I did it just the other day because I added a movie.
A lot of stuff I add to my watch
Darling.
list. A lot of things I add to my watch list are movies I've already watched and liked, and it's just like if I want to watch them again, I don't want to have to search for them.
Yeah, I add Mad Men to the list.
I never put anything
my watch list
on my watch
is huge
list.
though.
Why not?
Because I just watch it.
That makes the most sense. If you have a docket, why don't you create a watch list?
It's not next on the docket. You don't have it written down anywhere.
Mind Palace.
You're a liar.
It's in my Mind Palace. That's what I've been watching. I was rewatching some Sherlock episodes.
Oh,
those are real good.
Coming out before the end of this year, right?
Around Christmas.
I had never watched I didn't watch the special that they did.
Oh, that
the Christmas
was real
special.
good.
I just watched it a couple weeks ago.
It's real good.
I
said
I haven't.
You said I haven't watched that yesterday.
It's true. I didn't watch it yesterday. I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. They kind of summarized the first 3 seasons and at the same time told a completely a different case.
A closed book story.
Yeah.
Let's do a new segment. It's called Wote. It's the worst of all time of a topic. You still want to do Russell Crowe movies?
Since you got, let's say, worst superhero movie ever.
Oh, jeez.
Fantastic Four 2.
Superman 3.
I prefer Fantastic. I prefer Fantastic Four 2. I'd say it has to be Catwoman or.
That's not a superhero movie. That's Halle Berry wearing leather for some reason.
It's either Catwoman or the new Fantastic Four that just came out.
That's a real bad one. Superman 3's real bad though. You remember Superman 3?
The only argument I need is Cloud Galactus.
That's a real bad movie. But Silver Surfer was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth watching that just to see Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Nope.
He's all right.
Not if.
You know what's real bad about the Cloud Galactus?
We got Cloud Galactus.
He's going through space before he sees a cloud, and his shadow is cast on a planet, and it looks like his really cool hat, and then it's the cloud going by.
Okay, I had less of a problem with Cloud Galactus than I did with the plot basically being Dr. Jim steals his surfboard.
Yeah. That was real dumb.
That's still better than Cloud Galactus.
I think I like Cloud Galactus better than